We're going to start. Hey, Josh. We're going to get started here in about 2 minutes. Any sergeant at arms, please remind folks that are standing in the back there is an overflow room in Liberty Hall where you can sit and watch via live screen. So again, I know we're socially distanced. If we run out of chairs, just go ahead and sit in Liberty Hall and you can watch it live. Thank you. Thank you. It's in Liberty Hall. Right across. Thanks, man.
Hello, Senator Mike Braun.
Can you hear that?
Back a little louder.
There, I got it. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats so we can begin this morning's general session.
Not working. There you go. We should be good.
Yes, we'll try that again. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats so we can begin the general session. Sergeant at Arms, please secure the door. Our colors will be posted by color guard members of the historic Fort Ben Harrison Post 510. Hand salute.
Prepare to post. Post. Present arms. Order arms.
Two.
Return to formation. Forward arms. Flank face. And a half step forward hard.
Please uncover as I call on Department Chaplain Norris Kern.
Mr. Commander, Madam President, Mr. Commander of the SAL, Mr. Director of the American Legion Riders, distinguished national guest, distinguished department guest, American Legion family, all. It is my privilege to be here this morning to make an introduction of one of our own from the 11th District who has arrived to the high position of National Chaplain. Edward Harris was appointed National Chaplain of the American Legion on August 29, 2019 at the organization's 101st National Convention in Indianapolis. Harris served in the United States Army from July 1948 to November 1971. During his career, he served in the Korean War from 1950 to 51 and the Vietnam War from 1968 to 69. He retired as a Master Sergeant in 1971. Harris is a member of Post 711 in Indianapolis and has served as the chaplain of the 11th District of the Department of Indiana for 18 years and district commander for one term. He was previously a member of the Tillman H. Harpole Post 249 for more than 20 years, where he served as post chaplain for 12 years and post commander for one term. The post presented him with an honorary life membership. During his time as chaplain, he developed the before and after ceremony to be conducted with funerals for veterans and members of the American Legion. He also identified a cemetery for which many veterans' graves were not having flags posted on Memorial Day. Post 249 annually works with post flags on veterans' graves throughout the cemetery. Ed Harris is a personal friend, a distinguished member of the American Legion, a contributor to our religious emphasis for almost 2 decades, inspiration to all. If you don't know Chaplain Harris, you need to spend some time. He has a wealth of information from his years in the military and his life in such an outstanding place. But it is my great privilege and my great honor to have our national chaplain come. Yes, sir.
Dear God, thank you for this day, and thank you for allowing us to be a part of this day. Bless our commander and our adjutant, for they are the keys to the operations of our department. Go with them and stand by them and all of the officers not only of our department, but throughout all of the districts and posts. Bless those who suffered the terrible incident in our city on Thursday evening. Go with them, and may the memories of their losses be only the good ones. All of these things we ask in your name. Amen.
All right, please remain uncovered and we'll recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This time I'd ask you to remain standing as we dedicate our attention to the empty chair that has become such an important part of our meetings. Normally I would call on the Northern Vice Commanders to drape the flag. However, Dick Sexton is having surgery this weekend. In fact, yesterday he had surgery. I ask that you keep him in your prayers. In his place, I would like to ask Sergeant at Arms Nick Nikoloff and Northern Vice Commander Ernie Komisinski to place the POW flag on the empty chair and light the memorial candle. Draped with the black POW-MIA flag, the chair reminds us of our countrymen who have yet to come home or to be accounted for from the wars of our nation. The POW-MIA flag, or chair, also reminds us that to be lost or held in the hands of the enemy remains a very real possibility for the men and women who are fighting the war on terror and other ongoing conflicts in the Middle East. The chair is a reminder for all of us to spare no effort to secure the release of any American prisoners from captivity, the return of the remains of those who died in defense of liberty, and a full accounting of those still missing. Let us rededicate ourselves to this vital endeavor. Now you may recover and remain standing as we recite the preamble. All right, please remember to pause when I hold up my hand and let the ladies recite their portion of the preamble. For God and country, we associate ourselves together for the following purposes: to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, to inculcate a sentiment memories and incidents of our associations and good wars, to inculcate a sense of individual obligation to the unity, faith, and nation, to combat the atrocity of both the classes and the masses, to make right the master of might, to promote peace and goodwill on earth, to safeguard and transmit to posterity the principles of justice, freedom, and democracy, to concentrate and sanctify our comradeship by our devotion to mutual help. I think we can sit down, can't we? In the spirit of this morning's general session and conference, Being a joint event between the American Legion family, especially our auxiliary, we have a special treat for you. Please give a warm welcome to Legionary Yvette Fancher, a member of Kenneth N. Dowden Wayne Post 64 in Indianapolis, as she sings her rendition of the national anthem. I guess we'll have to stand again.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight? Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Yvette, for that beautiful rendition. I now declare this general session of the Joint Spring Conference of the American Legion and American Legion Auxiliary Department of Indiana to be regularly convened. You know, it's a privilege and a personal pleasure to welcome you to this 2021 Spring Conference. This is the first meeting of our collective organization in quite some time. In fact, Butch Miller told me yesterday this is 466 days since we last came together, so pretty excited about that. We have lost some brothers and sisters to this dreadful virus from post, unit, squadron, and chapters across the Hoosier State. Now, I'd ask you to please join me in a moment of silence while we remember and honor those Legion family members who have advanced to post-everlasting due to COVID-19. Thank you. You know, given that we have not met in such a long time, we truly do have a lot to do, a full agenda for this morning, so we're going to get started. I would ask our presenters to be succinct in your presentations in order to fit everything we have planned into this tight session. I know it's going to be a challenge for some of you. We hope you take away the most today from your very ambitious meeting schedule, and as always, we have a little fun planned for this evening, too, so please stick around and come see us in Liberty Hall for our festivities tonight at 8 o'clock. I consider it a point of personal pride to present to you our 2021 department and district officers who have been working hard again this year to continue the service and ideals of the American Legion. These folks lend a helping hand across this state to aid our veterans, their families, and their communities. Please stand and remain standing to be recognized as your name is called. And audience, please hold your applause until the end of the introductions. Our elected offices, we have National Executive Committeeman Jerry Jordan, alternate NEC Ed Trice, Northern Vice Commander Ernie Komasinski, and as I mentioned, Dick Sexton is not able to be here today. Southern Vice Commander Steve Barnett and Bill Parks. Finance Officer James Tracy. And Sergeant at Arms Nick Nikoloff. Let's give these guys a hand. We have some appointed officers. I've worked some of them pretty hard this year. Joe Bumbleberg, Judge Advocate. Assistant Judge Advocate Terry Smith. Assistant Finance Officer Harold Hensley. Department Chaplain Pastor Norris Kern. Membership Chairman Rich Brown. And Department Historian Steve DeFeo. The appointed staff officers, Department Adjutant John Crosby, Communications Director Josh Marshall, Director of Rehabilitation John Hickey, Assistant Director of Rehabilitation Bryce Hewlett, and Department Service Officers Patrick Sullivan and Stuart Holloway. I'd like to take a minute to highlight just how special our Department Service Office truly is. Their team has one of the most outstanding or demanding jobs in the American Legion, providing guidance to veterans as they seek to navigate the complicated VA claim system. And as a county service officer, I can say that we have the very best service office in the entire nation. That's my opinion. And the facts and figures will pretty well back that statement up. There are 88,000 service-connected disabled veterans in Indiana, and the American Legion represents over 50,000 of those people. Our Department Service Officer generated $388 million in benefits just last year alone. It's largely through our service department that we can truly say Indiana American Legion does change lives. We change lives. So let's give them an additional hand. Now I'd like to introduce our hardworking district commanders. District 1, Dan Mills. District 2, Larry Burkhart. District 3, Rob Kelly. District 4, Gary Parker. District 5, J.D. Burnett. Dave. District 6, Roy Dahl. District 7, Lonnie Boyce. District 8, John Vanetta. District 9, Jerry Melton. District 10, Roger Clark. And District 11, George Alea. Let's give them a hand. These guys are probably maybe the hardest working people in the American Legion. This district commander job is tough. They're out there trying to motivate everybody to recruit eligible members, promote the programs, etc. And so I thank you. Another hard-working group of Legionnaires are the 4 commission chairmen. Americanism Chairman Rick Hudson, Children and Youth Chairman Bob Oath, Internal Affairs Chairman Paul Smith, and lastly, our Rehabilitation Chairman Jim Dalby. These book efforts have a great responsibility. They have to manage all the committees under the respected commissions. They don't collect a paycheck. They volunteer countless hours. And each of those people are currently on the path to become a future Department of Indiana commander. The path has been a little longer for them. They're going to serve 5 years as commission chairman. And so, because they had to remain in place in their present commission as we reset due to the shutdown. Thank you guys again for all your dedication and hard work. Let's this time take a moment to recognize our current and past national organization leaders as well. Our current national officers are Internal Affairs Commission Chairman Bob Newman and National Chaplain Ed Harris. Our past national officers, past National Commander Jim Couch, past National Vice Commander Bob Newman, past National Treasurer Weber LaGrange, past National Chaplain and continuing his service today in the department, Chaplain Norris Kern, past National Sergeant at Arms Al Polito, and past National Historian Jim Holmes. I thank all of these officers as well as their families for their sacrifice and service. As you know, all but 3 of my officers remained in place for another membership year, effectively servicing 2 full years under the last year's elections and appointments. Thank you all for what you do. This time I'd like to take a minute to introduce the men whose leadership has guided us through the years, our past department commanders. As I call your names, please stand and hold your applause till they're all standing. I'm not sure who all are here, but if you're here, please stand. Robert Ayers, Mel Napier, Al Werner, Larry Bartlett, Don Kahn, Jim Couch, Terry Smith, Tom Henderson, John Mahowski, James Delaney, Thomas Somerville, Ralph Tolan, Bob Newman, Richard Jewell, Ed Trice, Ken Hilton, Larry Lowry, Jim May, Marty, I always have struggled with this one, Marty Zigowitz, and Rodney Strong. As you can see, to my right and left, we have several very special guests with us this morning. And at this time, I would call on NAC Jerry Jordan to the microphone for the purpose of an introduction. Jerry?
Let me get this down to my size. Well, good morning, American Legion family. And once again, I have the distinct honor to introduce to you a guest that we have with us this weekend. Some of you have already met him, maybe some of you not. If you get an opportunity sometime today when we're traveling around, please take an opportunity to say hi and welcome him to Indiana. But Paul Dillard was born in Whitesboro, Texas. He graduated from Whitesboro High School in 1965. After graduation, Paul joined the United States Navy, serving from 1965 to 1969 during the Vietnam era. He received an honorable discharge as a Radar Man third-class petty officer, and after joining the reserves for 2 years, he received a promotion to Radar Man second-class petty officer. Upon returning from the Navy, he attended Grayson County Junior College and East Texas State University. Paul worked several years in the manufacturing business as an engineer, plant manager, and director of manufacturing in the state of Tennessee. Upon returning to Texas, Paul accepted a sales representative position with Sherman Foundry and became their airline pilot. A career change was made when he and Donna began their family, and he entered into the insurance business, specializing in employee benefits and later forming the Dillard and Gahn Insurance Agency. As a paid-up-for-life member of Post 265, Lake Kiowa, Texas, he has been very busy during his 40-plus years of Legion service. He served as a past commander, vice commander, adjutant, judge advocate, and Paul coached American Legion baseball for over 10 years and was a Boys State chairman. He served the 4th District as commander, vice commander, and served Department of Sergeant-at-Arms, membership and organization chairman, national security chairman, uniform organization chairman, board of trustees chairman, and he served on the finance committee and the long-range planning committee. He was elected to the high office of department commander in 2007, 2008. On the national level, Paul has served as an alternate national executive committeeman, consultant to the insurance committee, distinguished guest committee, children and youth committee, media and communications council. He served as chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee, chairman of the Veterans Employment and Education Commission, and chairman of the Legislative Commission, and he was elected as National Vice Commander 2013-2014. He and his wife Donna have been married for 38 years and have 2 sons, William and his wife Allison, and Jonathan and his wife Carrie, and 2 grandsons, Jarrett and Lucas. All members of the American Legion family. Donna has been an active member and dedicated to the American Legion Auxiliary for several years and has served in numerous positions of leadership at all levels of the organization, including department president in 2017-2018. As a staff member of the Texas Blue Bonnet Girls State and served as member of the American Legion Auxiliary Girls Nation, National Poppy Education, and the legislative committees. And my American Legion family, please give a warm Hoosier welcome to our candidate for National Commander, Paul E. Dillard.
Good morning, American Legion family. Good morning. Remember that. First of all, I would like to take a moment to thank the Commander Allen, Adjutant John, for the invitation to come up here and visit with you folks. It's really great to see a lot of my friends, meet hopefully new friends. And I tell you, the hospitality so far has been great. Of course, Jerry over here, N.E. Seaman, and Ed, the alternate N.E. Seaman, hiding out in the corner. And I will tell you this much about Jerry. He's represented you well at the national level as N.E. Seaman. Done a great job for you folks here. You ought to be proud of him. And I know Ed will do the same thing, because I will be keeping an eye on him if we ever have another convention and I get elected. Of course, I can't go too far without, I know who list's already been read off here, but past National Commander Jim Camp, it's always great to be with you and see you again. He came to Texas so many times whenever he was campaigning, I thought he was a member. Every time you turn around, there he was, because I was having to follow him around. And of course, his lovely wife, soon to be, we get back in the saddle, get going, following myself and Kathy as the next national president.
Great. And you've got a pretty good team lined up here next year. From what I see, if you see fit to elect them, have a department convention. Oh, Mark, he's pretty good, just drives a Chevrolet truck. And of course, Kenny, can't say a whole lot about Kenny because he's got a Ram. They just won't get a Ford. But they've done a great job taking me around, and really and truthfully, I had a good visit. You've got a beautiful department headquarters down there in that 3 acres, and I got to tour the museum. Got to go downtown and see the old building. I wouldn't have recognized it. If somebody showed me pictures of that old building, I'd say, where's this? Because I was in there a few years ago. And of course, I'm not going to go through a whole lot of these other people because they're going to get recognized, but I do want to recognize our current national president, Nicole Clapp. Always a pleasure to see you, dear. Now, I tried to tell Jerry not to read all that junk because I can't even remember doing all of it. I tried to write down as little as possible, but Bill West said, well, you got to. I said, come on, Bill, they're going to read all this stuff. And I said, that's, past is history. We're fixing to make the future history of this great organization. We got kicked in the shins. The last 13 and a half, 14 months has been miserable because of the pandemic. But a little bit more about my family. Many of you know them. As you can see, we're the Legion family. But my mother-in-law was past national president, Catherine Morris. And of course, my father-in-law served under your program director when Butch Miller, which I want to recognize him as past national commander, was national commander. John D. Morris from Texas was national vice commander under when Butch Miller from Virginia, I know you transplanted him, but was commander. So we are American Legion family. You cut us, we'll bleed American Legion. And our entire family members belong to the organization. And of course, my father-in-law, we lost him in July of 19. A great loss for the state of Texas, a great loss for the national organization. Butch and I shared a lot of memories about him yesterday, and it chokes me up when I think about it. One other person I've got to mention, and I know it said 5 to 10 minutes. That meant 15 minutes, didn't it, Commander? 5 plus 10? But I talk a little slow since I'm from Texas, so I just have to talk 2 minutes to make a 20-minute speech. But I cannot forget, and he's been introduced as your National Internal Affairs Chairman, Bob Newman. He was my partner in crime when we served National Vice Commanders with Dan Dillinger. And Bob is doing a great job for the national organization, and he represents your department very well. And we had a lot of good times. Thank you again, Bob. But I'm going to be talking to the DEC if the commander lets me tomorrow after this, and I will be talking about some more thoughts for this organization. Because my theme is going to be no veteran left behind. I really push that because of the membership. And I'm not going to get into all that because I don't want to cheat y'all out of the good stuff I'm going to tell you tomorrow at DEC. But all the family members, the SAL, the auxiliary, we're all in this together. And numbers do count. It makes our voice louder. I was told several years ago that politicians look at 3 things. They want to know, first of all, can you contribute to my campaign? As an organization, no, we cannot. Second of all, they want to know if you can bring jobs to their district or their state. No, we cannot. Can you bring votes? That's where the numbers count. Because veterans and our entire American Legion family, they do get out and vote. It doesn't matter what party you vote for, that's your choice. It doesn't matter what candidate you vote for, that's your choice. We will just not endorse a party or a candidate. Because that's what we as veterans help fight for in this country. is our freedom of speech, our freedom to voice our opinions, and we need to vote to voice those opinions. Just keep that in mind. So it's very important. I'm going to leave you with a couple of things here. Last year, it looked like we were making strides in our membership. And then we got kicked, like I said, in the chin in March, because Bill and I would visit very many times, and for the 18 months, and Nicole has heard me a couple of times, I really break it down and line it out, because I am a salesman. You got to find out where the problem, again, we'll talk about that tomorrow. But retention is the biggest problem for all three organizations. We got to remember that. So, but think about this. In 1945, the membership in the American Legion was 1,665,000. Well, guess what? Today, we're traditional membership, and they didn't have DMS. They didn't have all these computers. Some of them didn't have phones. They had to go down to the country store to talk or stuff like that. It was word of mouth. And we've been kicked in the shins again because of not being able to get out in this pandemic. But before the computer went down, we had less than 1.5 million traditional members. Less than they had in 1945. 1946, they more than doubled it because they had over 3.3 million. 47 had over 3 million. 48, they had over 3 million. That's what we've got to do to this next generation. We have got to get them involved into our organization. We have got to let them mention their ideas. And if it's a fiddlestick tournament, let them have it. Because you can do almost anything at the post. And we can help mentor them. But let them, they really want to be involved in the community, their family. They're family oriented. We can do it because the last four letters in American is I-C-A-N, I can. So we can as an organization. And I want to leave that with you. And once again, Commander, I think I left at least 30 seconds out of that 15 minutes. But I want to thank you, and God bless the American Legion, and God bless our men and women serving in uniform today. Thank you again. Thank you for the invitation. I didn't know you was going to give me these gold nuggets.
Well, I'd like to personally thank you, Mr. Dillard, for taking time out of your schedule to come up here and join us this morning. And I'd like to remember you to remember us by this 3-coin set. It includes the poppy, of course, and our 100-year coin for both the American Legion and the Auxiliary. So if you join me on the lower stage for a photo, we could go right down here without breaking the photo.
As long as it's not.
Yeah, and FL Detachment Commander Jimmy and Madam President, would you join us for a photo?
I didn't see you. That's beautiful. And I did see it. Thank you very much, Commander. You're welcome.
And you did talk pretty fast for a Texan.
I didn't see Clint, but I would like to recognize our SL National Commander, Clint. You know, he's a little bitty fella,
Yeah.
Clint Boat. But I've seen him around a little bit.
At this time, it's my distinct honor to present my partner in leadership this year, the Indiana American Legion Auxiliary President, who has a number of her officers to introduce. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a warm welcome from Madam President Jenny Money.
Good morning, Commander. So nice to see so many here today. Everyone must have been wanting to get out. That's all I can say. I'd like to start out by introducing my auxiliary officers. Would you please hold your applause? NEC, Betty Slagle. President-elect, Rosanna Ziglowitz. Vice President, Pam Shook. Chaplain, Cheryl Threet. Historian, Roxy Stoner. Secretary, Anna Toomey. Sergeant-at-Arms, Mary Lou Melton. Thank you, ladies. My district presidents, 1st District, Sandra Hicks. 2nd District, Nancy Abel was not able to be here. Oh, that's funny. Abel. 3rd District, Joy Miller. 4th District, Joni Tempe. 5th District, Bev Swaim. 6th District, Sue Riggs. 7th District, Luann McDonald. 8th District, Manette Van Winkle. 9th District, Vicki Stainbrook. 10th District, Wanda Eimel. And 11th District, Terry Renee. Thank you, ladies. Would all of my department chairmen please stand? Thank you. Would all past department presidents please stand? Thank you again, ladies. Thank you, ladies, for all your support for our veterans. We're a hardworking, supporting group for our veterans. We stand with the Legion, fighting for the legislation to support them and not forget that they still need our help. I'm so lucky to be with this Legion family. We haven't gotten to attend all we wanted in the past 2 years, but we did get to travel at least to Illinois and Washington, D.C. before we shut down. We'll probably get a year out of the last 2 years, but that's okay. We made it through it and stand here today to praise our accomplishments despite the virus. Commander Allen and SAL Commander Jimmy, they've been awesome company and wish we could have spent more time traveling, but thanks for including me whenever possible. We're still working hard on membership, but it takes us all to reach our goals, not just the department membership chairman. We were at 91.25% as of Friday morning's reporting. We still have a bet to collect from last year. We're working on making him pay again this year. SAL. And now, it is my honor to introduce our National Auxiliary President, Nicole Clapp. She is a 44-year paid-up life member with her eligibility from her grandfather, Roger, a Navy veteran. Since a young age, she got interested because she wanted to get money for those red flowers, like her grandfather did. She has a definite passion for the poppies and their stories, helping in any way to serve our veterans. President Nicole is from Gladbrook, Iowa, Unit 127. Excuse me. Raised on a farm, much like some of us here today. She is also a national junior president, she was. I won't tell you for what year. Welcome, Nicole Clapp.
Good morning, Indiana. Good morning. It is a pleasure to be here. I will tell you, as Jenny mentioned, National Commander Bill and I went from D.C. last March and got to New Jersey and couldn't figure out how to get home. And then, as we all know, the world somewhat shut down. And so when you have time on your hands, you reflect, you think about what could be, what should be, and I love history. And so I spent some time reading about Abraham Lincoln. And it was for twofold. One, I enjoy reading, as I said, our history. But two, I knew I would be going back to that Lincoln pilgrimage again and needed to have a new theme and a new message to share. So President Abraham Lincoln, just a mere 150 plus years later, had a quote that's so poignant. We live in the midst of alarms. Anxiety clouds the future. We expect a new disaster every time we pick up a newspaper. Isn't that how we're feeling? How we've been feeling. 13, 14 months, I don't like to keep track. I don't like to keep track of the number of hours I've been on Zoom. Because I will tell you, Zoom to me used to mean vroom vroom. I had no idea what Zoom was. And yes, I'm an Iowa farm girl, and connectivity is not the greatest when you don't have wide band, broadband connectivity out there. But I'm a cup half full kind of girl. Get her done, we'll figure out a way. And I couldn't figure out the way if I didn't have the great leadership coming out of the Department of Indiana. You have many serving on the national level. And I'm going to try to recognize everyone. I hope I catch them all, or if you're here and I miss you, I apologize. I think when things happen for a reason. And someone shares a birthday with me. I'm just told the decades are a little bit different. And that's my good friend, Vicki Kautz, who I am proud to be a member of Team Indiana and will be a national president. I was one who didn't do social media. As a hospital CEO, that was somewhere you just didn't go because you couldn't get it right no matter what you said. Or you broke confidentiality just by smiling. So Vic went with me to learn so I could be taught how to do social media. Well, and that's how we determined our birthdays were the same, because we had to enter it into the computer. So I feel we have that kinship that we didn't realize years ago. And of course, Jimmy. Jimmy is my dance partner. He always has my little queen wave down for me and always has the wink when I need it. Had a nice chat yesterday with Butch, and you have great leadership. And then there's things where you need to pick up the phone and you need help. I was very fortunate. All my national officers stayed on, all but a couple department presidents just stayed and didn't change, and just a couple committee members. But Nancy McGinnis, she stepped up when I needed her to serve in community service. Where is she, Nancy? I just don't see her. She's somewhere. I know she was probably busy recuperating from losing her voice last night from all the churning of the paddles. If you see my Facebook post today, you'll see that was my very first paddle experience. We also, of course, have Denise Delaney on history. We have Jenny Gump, who stepped up when I needed on juniors. We have Karen Lau. She is on public relations. Vic is leading our Veterans Affairs and rehabilitation. And you've already had Betty introduced. And actually, we have a national staff member in the audience today, Kristen Hinshaw in programs, and our two little juniors that I feel real privileged because they have kind of a kinship to Iowa when they pass through. That's Evelyn and Maggie Hinshaw. So thanks for coming today, girls. They are junior members. And yes, you heard that my journey is a little bit different to becoming national president. I didn't know what the poppy was. Yes, I saw people giving it away. I thought it was a pretty little red flower. I didn't know that it wasn't even real or what it meant. So it didn't take us long. I'm one of those spoiled, rotten, only little kids. I said to Mom, "Can I do that?" And she said, "Honey, I don't know if you can." And I said, "What do you mean if I can?" I stomped my foot. I said, "It can't be that hard." And she said, "We have to find out if it's okay." And I don't know about you, but growing up, if Mom said it was okay, it was okay. And so we determined, yes, that I could become a member at age 4 of the Junior Auxiliary. My mom, my aunts, my cousins, and our little town of Gladbrook, town of 900, made goal that year. And we know how important that G word is. My little town of Gladbrook, as I said, 900 has 265 auxiliary members and 58 junior members. I will tell you they're not all active, or I would have Pinocchio growing, and that they all live in Gladbrook because we'd be a bigger metropolis and we'd even have a stoplight maybe. So those of you from Indiana that came to my homecoming, thank you. It was a pleasure and a privilege to see all of you spend the week with us. Then we had Duratio last summer in 20, and that beautiful big machine shed, that $1 million building, is no more, where we had our farm-to-table dinner. I was traveling with our department president across the state of Iowa, driving right into the Duratio, which I never even heard of that word before. It's a hurricane and a tornado all in one. 140-mile-an-hour winds for 45 minutes went through my community. So I'm glad this 2-year cycle, homecoming was at the beginning, not at the end. So for me, wanting to have an opportunity to give back, I presented, hopefully almost all of you, and if I haven't met some of you, hopefully yet today I will, my national president pin. Every president or commander thinks theirs is special, but I think this one's kind of extra special. One, it's 2 years worth, and two, it is celebrating a century of service. And I want to tell you what it means to me, and hopefully you'll then feel the same. You'll see a field of poppies. That is why I'm standing here today. The poppy fields of World War I are the reason we exist as an organization. And Legionnaires, I think you look pretty good for 102. Now, Auxiliary, I think we look pretty darn good for 101 now. And you will see there is a sky of fireworks. Now, I think we'd all be telling a fib at some point in our life if we didn't say ooh or ah when we saw fireworks. I love 2 cartoons. If I ever get to actually pick up a newspaper, which didn't happen very often, Family Circus and Dennis the Menace. Because they do exactly that, they make me laugh. They put things in perspective, out of the mouths of babe. Well, when I was planning for my installation back in 19, on the 4th of July, I had a chance to pick up the comic strip. And here is the Family Circus, all sitting on a hill. They are enjoying fireworks. And Billy tugs on his dad's shirt and said, "Dad, can't we just DVR this to have it forever?" So fireworks are one of those things, if you think about it. The Chinese culture centuries ago could light a fire on the ground and turn it into something so beautiful up in the sky for us all to enjoy. So celebrating a century of service, our organizations, how many businesses and corporations do you know make it to their 100 years? Not many, especially nonprofits, that we don't have a revenue stream except for ourselves. So I think having a chance to celebrate our 100th birthday for 2 years straight is pretty extra special. So I hope at the end of 2 years, I know these usually end up in a drawer or on eBay, and that's okay, but maybe this one will be a conversation starter for you about what we are, who we are, and what we're here to do. This year has demonstrated your resolve. National Commander Clint and I and National Commander Bill would not be serving as your only 2-year national leadership team if we didn't have collective resolve and mutual respect. You have made thousands and thousands of face masks. You have done drive-by birthday parades, blood drives, food promotions, everything possible. We have done more videotaping, and we even did PSAs when we weren't together. So public service announcements, Bill and I trying to tape them. He's in North Carolina, I'm in Iowa, and Paul, like you said, Bill talks a little slower than I do. So the timing of trying to get those done, but there's a will, there's a way. And so as I look at where we are, yes, we were doing great on membership. We had stopped as an auxiliary. We had stopped the slide a year ago, February. We actually, the charters we had lost, we replaced with just as many. And in a year where we had a pandemic, we were only 23,000 members behind of 2019. We are there. But think about it with Space Force, opening up the Legion Act, and also spousal eligibility. Now, I've asked the question everywhere I go, Do you have any male auxiliary members in the Department of Indiana? And I am told, I know for sure there's one, and he is in the very front row. It is your department historian, Steve. Thank you, Steve, for honoring Becky's service. Do we have any other auxiliary members in the crowd? Thank you for your service. If we have auxiliary members in this crowd, you need to find me today because I have a special gift for you. It's all about the heart and our passion and our dedication for each other. If we don't love what we do, this becomes a 4-letter word called work. And we got a lot of other choices and a lot of other priorities that we could have. But to see this many smiling faces, as I started traveling back in August again, the crowds, the hotels, sometimes you feel like you were on an island or you had your own private plane some of the time. But it's important, and your dedication shines through. This is the largest crowd I have seen, and I'm very proud of you, Indiana. Just got back from Phoenix. Clint, we're going to have a national convention. That is our cross our fingers. It will be different, of course. You will be wearing these, most likely, and it's okay. As a nurse and a hospital CEO, as a nurse, I was a nurse in a burn center. I wore these every day, and it's okay. There's a reason we didn't have much flu this year. Plain and simple. We washed our hands, things that we learned in kindergarten, but we forgot. So, Commander, thank you for your time today. What I want to end on is we need your help, Legionnaires. We have 4,600 posts without auxiliary units in the nation. I don't know how many there are in Indiana, but just think in a time of need how much more we could do together. More hands, light work, to be able to do that if we had what we need as an American Legion family. You indicate and you demonstrate it each and every day in Indiana. And I think being from the Central Division, it's the Midwest good work ethic that we have. So for me, it is all about family, and it's about celebrating. If any of you were at my installation, I said we were going to do the work we need to do these 2 years, and we were going to celebrate each other's company the rest of the time. So everywhere I go, little Cornelius comes along. Cornelius was a gift from Iowa as a traveling companion. They know as a national president you don't have an aide, so they thought something to keep me reminded and grounded from where I'm from. But come to find out, Cornelius has his own mask, and he's a lot more popular than the national president. He has pretty much his own Facebook page. It's pretty what it's amounted to. So I'm going to tell you that I brought along our history. So I have a 1943 Poppy with me here today. That was one of the years my grandpa served in the Navy. And I also have an original 1920 auxiliary pin. So if anyone would like to see them while we're here, I'd love to share them with you. All I ask is that they don't stay in Indianapolis tomorrow when I drive home. So, Commander, as we celebrate together, we celebrate, and that is celebration. So let's celebrate tonight and at your party.
Thank you, Nicole. One more thing I have. I would like to invite everyone to my homecoming. I'm a little late in getting the advertisement out, but it'll be posted. It is Saturday, May 15th at St. Leon, Post 464. It's a meet and greet. It's just snacks and hors d'oeuvres from 1 to 5. Feel free to drop in. My hostess makes yummy finger foods. Thank you, veterans, for your service. Commander, I hope you have a great conference. Thank you.
Thank you, President Monty, for all that you and your ladies do for us and for our nation's veterans. Once again, I would be honored to present our auxiliary national president, Nicole Clapp, with an Indiana Centennial 3-coin set on the lower stage. If Madam President Monty and Commander Martin would join us, please.
Thank you, everyone. It's been a pleasure.
Yes. Push-ups.
I'm going to talk real loud. I have a special presentation for American Legion Auxiliary in recognition and sincere appreciation of your contributions to the Indiana American Legion Legacy Foundation. And without the support of partners like you, the many programs and activities that we sponsor on behalf of our fellow veterans, Indiana's young people, and our communities would not be possible. You can do these two.
Yeah, it's in the script. We'll just give Jimmy Martin this after we're done with this.
Okay. Thank you again, Madam President Clapp, for spending time with us this conference. I know you're extremely busy, and we appreciate your time. All right. In addition to a strong auxiliary, we in the Department of Indiana also enjoy the support of a large detachment of Sons of the American Legion. We're privileged to have outstanding SAL leaders this year, so please join me in welcoming 2021 Detachment Commander Jimmy Martin for some brief remarks and to introduce his officers.
I've got that on here. Thank you. Thank you, Commander Connolly and American Legion family. Just want to give you a little update on what the detachment's doing. We are fighting hard for membership. Our team is working diligently every week to try to get our numbers back up. I'm going to be short and sweet. If all of my detachment people would stand up, my officers and people who's here, our sons who are here, please stand up and be recognized. If I could get all the dual members to stand and be recognized. Thank you very much. Thank you. And as Commander Connolly says, I do owe a steak dinner to both of them. But we're working hard to make sure that I'm going to get one of those back somehow from one of them. But just wanted to let you know that the Sons are out there. If you need us, please do not hesitate to contact us. If you need any kind of help at all, we will be there. And before I make an introduction of my NEC, I'd like to have Commander Connolly, could you come forward? At this time, the Detachment of Indiana would like to present you a check for $10,000 for your legacy fund.
That's outstanding. Did they present you that too?
And that's, of course, that's not a check, but you know, you'll get one. Okay?
Thank you very
Yes.
much for your generosity.
And at this time, I would like to introduce my NEC Mike Pfeiffer to introduce our guest.
Good morning. Well, this may not surprise you, but Clint Bolt has now served as National Commander of the Sons of the American Legion longer than anyone else in our organization's history. Maybe he hasn't just gotten it right yet. I don't know. We'll see. We can take care of that this year. Clint has been a proud member of Squadron 72 in Warrenton, Virginia for 23 years. His eligibility is through his grandfather, a World War II veteran of the United States Navy. Clint and his wife, Becky, have been married 34 years. When he's not running around the country supporting veterans and promoting American Legion programs, Clint works as a restoration carpenter. His most notable work is a 270-year-old country estate, one of the largest homes in the state of Virginia. He also has an intense interest in classic cars and car shows, and he belongs to the Vintage Chevrolet Club of America. As proud as he is of his grandfather's service in the Navy, he is quick to note that when his grandfather sailed off to war, his grandmother, like so many wives and mothers at the time, was home raising a family and working in a torpedo factory in Virginia. We are delighted to be just the second detachment that Clint has been allowed to visit in the past year. Would you please give a warm Hoosier welcome to Clint Bolt, our National Commander of the Sons of the American Legion.
Good morning. Thank you, Mike, for that introduction. I appreciate that. Paul, I hope you don't mind. I'm a member of the Chevrolet Car Club of America, but I do drive a Ford truck. So there you go. I'm very excited to be here. I'm excited because I haven't been anywhere here really, but to see the excitement on all of you here this weekend. There's nothing more exciting than the American Legion family working together on a national campaign. But Indiana's not only working on a campaign, y'all have two national campaigns going right now. The SAL second leading candidate for national commander, Chris Carlton, and of course for national president, Vicki Kautz. How exciting is that? It is. Back in Virginia, over the past decade or a little more, we've worked on 4 such national campaigns. First one was National President Peggy Thomas, and then there was National American Legion Commander Dan Dillinger, National American Legion Commander Brett Rystad, and then me. So we know exactly what you're going through, but there's just an energy that goes through the whole department when each one of you at your post are trying to figure out how you can help your national campaign. And, well, we could do this. Well, you can do that, and each of us working together. Because it took all of us to get me to right here. I can tell you that right now. It wasn't just Sons. It took Legion members. It took American Legion Auxiliary members to help raise the money to get me here to this very day. And I know you all are going through that too. But it's exciting. But we're coming out of this pandemic. President Nicole and I and Bill Oxford last month were in Washington. And before the commander delivered his the legislative priorities for the American Legion, he was in the room there getting prepared to go live. And President Nicole had us stand for a picture. And I got to thinking, when was the last time the 3 of us were together at the same spot to have a picture taken? It's a long time. And it was back 2019 when the 3 of us were together. God, that seems like eons ago. But she's right, the glass is half full. This pandemic has taught us to operate differently. National organization, we had to mobilize quickly. Most of the employees at the national level in downtown Indy, they were working from home, so they had to get geared up to work from home, to keep the information flowing, to keep us moving forward. And they did a great job. They really did. Everybody did. But during all this time, with the post closed, squadrons not having meetings, units not having meetings, we turned to these Zoom meetings, and she's right about the number of hours. I can't count the number of hours I've been on Zoom meetings. But it's become an important tool for our organization to stay informed. Next week, we are having a virtual NEC meeting held here in Indianapolis. It's not in person, it'll be all virtual. But that allows members from all over the country to still log in on that meeting. Last year at our fall NEC meeting, operated the same way. We had SAL members that were logging in from a moving van, from their home office, from their sun deck, from their place of business. My national historian is part of the emergency relief teams that goes in when hurricanes and tornadoes hit. And when Louisiana got hit down in Lake Charles area, he was down there on assignment trying to get them folks the electricity back. But yet he went out to his pickup truck and sat there and participated in our meeting. Now that's the only way, that platform is the only way that he could participate, because he certainly couldn't have been here. So there's good and bad. Us being together like this is refreshing. It really is. And there's so much optimism when we're all together like this. So much exchange of ideas. But I want to say something about your sons. The detachment of Indiana is what I call one of the big five. You're one of the largest detachments in our whole organization. And those 5 detachments that I call the big 5, they make up half of our membership. So that's how important the detachment of Indiana is to our organization. The impact that those men have, the amount of money that they raise, the amount of hours they volunteer, it makes a difference in our whole organization. But there's one thing I do know, is that as time's gone on, all of the successful fundraisers we've had have always been successful the most when the whole Legion family works on it and supports it. That's the best way to move things forward. But your sons are doing a great job. Commander Martin's talking about getting membership back. We took a hit, just like the auxiliary did last year in the American Legion. The Sons of the American Legion, we were down 12,500 members year over year. And hopefully they will come back this year, because we're going to let them know that we want them in this organization, that each one of their membership is important to us. And we're going to do our best to get them back and get them reinstated. So, but thank you for having me this weekend. It's puts a smile on my face. Thank you. But Commander Connolly, thank you, sir, for inviting me to your dinner last night. A seat at your table was an honor, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's me again. So a couple things I did forget before I make a quick introduction here. I too am having my homecoming. It is next Saturday. I have a flyer out. It's on the indianasal.org. It's going to be next Saturday at Post 204, Sellersburg, Indiana. It is I'm having a dinner. It's $10 at the door, no RSVPs. There's local hotels there that will give you the Legion rate. So if you have any questions and you need to know anything, please feel free to ask me in a little while. Just wanted to mention that. And I forgot to say that I really appreciate all these guys over here for the Suns. For 2 years, they put up with me. Thank you. 3. So, Commander Conley, distinguished guest, American Legion Auxiliary, Sons of the American Legion members. It is my honor this morning to introduce one of Indiana's own Sons of the American Legion members. Chris Carlton is a 15-year member of the Sons of the American Legion. Chris was our detachment commander in 2015 through 2016. Chris proudly served on the national organization as chairman of the Child Welfare Committee and chairman of the Veterans Employment and Education Commission. Chris is married to Veronica, a nurse at Rodenbush VA Hospital here in Indianapolis. And I look out there and I see some of you, she's probably your nurse. Chris and Veronica are dedicated members of the American Legion family. I now give you Indiana's own Chris Carlton, second leading candidate for National Commander for Sons of the American Legion.
Thank you, Commander Martin, Commander Conley, President Jenny. Man, there's so many introductions that's already been done. I just want to thank you for your support. I am proud to be a Sons of the American Legion from Indiana. Indiana is doing something right because, like you've already heard, we have 2 shining stars. We have Vicki Kautz, who will be national president, and then you have me. We're doing something right here. That's true. You have her and then you have me. You're going to hear a lot of things this weekend, and it's going to echo over and over again that we have learned new ways. We're thinking outside the box. We've jumped through hoops, but we're still doing it. We're still doing membership. We're still making our programs work. And the reason why is because iron sharpens iron, and it's so good to be back with you people. You're all my friends. You're all my family. And I can't thank you enough for how much you get behind me and help me with this campaign, to seeing myself and Vicki on our national campaigns. With that, I hope we all have a good conference, and I look forward to speaking with all of you later.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, National Commander Bolt, for your support of our Indiana Legion family and of our veterans. Again, I'd like to ask President Monty and SAL Squadron Commander Martin to join me on the lower stage as I present National Commander Bolt the Indiana Centennial 3-coin set. Another plaque here, and it's the same one I gave Jenny from the auxiliary. This is for the Sons of the American Legion. Excuse me. That $10,000 check that I just received from the SAL is not the first one. being a 2-year commander, they give me 2. So this is a plaque of appreciation to the SAL for that first $10,000 check. And we really appreciate it. You know, I never address a meeting of the SAL without telling them how important they are to this family.
And also, he'll be getting a check at state convention because my project this year is Commander Conley's project.
That's great. Once again, Commander Martin, you and your team have contributed greatly this year to the work the Legion has been doing across the state. At this time, we'll have a few brief announcements from our department adjutant, John Crosby.
All right, good morning. Well, that was an hour and a half of introductions and greetings. So, you know, we got a lot going on, obviously, and we're lucky, we're blessed to have so many of our VIPs visiting with us. We're jam-packed this morning. I'll tell you, we are going to run long on the session. If you have meetings and you need to go, I think we scheduled most of them from 11 o'clock after, so be patient. I just got a couple of announcements. The Marriott, they're short-staffed, extremely short-staffed right now. It's going to be difficult to get food from the restaurant, room service. I don't even think they're doing room service at this time. Debbie tells me that they're having trouble bringing people back from the shutdown. They want to stay home and collect their unemployment, I guess. But so that's why the Fairfield's closed. But as things reopen up, I think we're starting to get back to normal. So it's been, as the commander said, I think 466 days since we've last met. And it's a day full of committee meetings. We have an ambitious schedule, so we'll stay on task. Right now, I just want to give a couple of announcements. Some new employees that we'd hired. First, I'm going to introduce Josh Marshall. He'll come up on the lower stage. Josh came to us by way of national headquarters. He worked in the media and communications department there. Prior to that, he was a broadcaster and a photojournalist with Fox News, and actually covered the dedication of the Indiana Military Veterans Hall of Fame. So he came with some good knowledge, a good knowledge base of the American Legion. Come on up. And he's married. I believe you have a little boy and a little girl. Is that right, Josh? Audrey Copeland, come on up. Audrey's mother has worked at National for 20-some-odd years. Audrey has, do you have 3 little girls, Audrey? 3 little girls. Audrey's married. No, go around. We're learning. This is their first conference. Literally, Josh... We hired Josh the week we shut down. So the first 3 months of Josh's employment, he never got to see the office. But, you know, he's been patient with us during these unusual times. And Audrey just picked it up immediately, the membership. She's outstanding in every way. So I want to thank these two and look forward to working with them in the future. Thank you. Josh, if you want to cue up Senator Braun's video. As everyone knows, we have a new website. Like it or not, I know it's been a point of some controversy. As with any new website, there's frustration and searching for things as we were obviously used to the way it used to be. But Josh comes with us with a lot of training and knowledge on how to build this stuff out. I know all the forms are now located just under one page. Everything should be in one place. You don't have to navigate around. Membership is increased. Josh, what did you say what the percentage was? 106%. We've had 106% increase in online joins to the website since we've launched the new ones. I think people are staying on the website now on average longer. We can read all these metrics on the back end. People are spending 4, 5, 6 minutes as they used to spend 30 seconds to a minute and a half. And I don't know if that's new and they're just trying to learn it. Maybe that's because they're lost. I don't know, but we're holding people's attention longer. So, you know, if you have questions on the website, Josh actually built in down at the bottom right. You type in your question, it immediately goes to Josh's phone. He'll give you whatever answer you need. If you need to locate a membership form, if you're looking to donate, if you're looking to learn about something, he will give you links and step-by-step how-tos. So stay tuned to the website. MyLegion.org, as everybody knows, is tanked, frankly. So as we deal with the fallout the next couple of weeks, I think we're going to feel the effects of this. In the meantime, just send your transmittals into the department. We can do it the old school way. I know Audrey's, she told me she processed 59 cards. It took her 2 hours. It normally takes her 10 minutes. So we're struggling too at the department. We're feeling it too. But as it becomes back up and more instructions are released by the national headquarters, we'll share that with all of you. So again, it was kind of surprising to us. We're getting phone calls off the hook. I guess some posts out there thought we manage or administrate the My Legion post or mylegion.org, but that is a national website. So you can call customer service if you have issues at the national headquarters, but I know they have long wait times. You can call us. If we know the answers, we'll get them for you. If we don't, we'll find them for you. Let's go ahead and play that message. So this is a message, given that we finally met, our spring conference. This is a greetings from Senator Braun.
Hello, Senator Mike Braun here. Thank you for the opportunity to say a few words at your spring conference. I'd like to thank the American Legion Department of Indiana for the continued service to Hoosier veterans, the state of Indiana, and their local communities, as well as thank all of the veterans involved with the American Legion for putting their lives on the line to protect our freedom through their military service. My father was a tail gunner on a B-17 in World War II, and he instilled in me a reverence for those who have served. It was my privilege to honor the American Legion's 100th anniversary with a Senate resolution 2 years ago. And it is a point of pride for Indiana to be the home of the American Legion. Legionnaires also have a lot to be proud of this year. American Legion posts are a cornerstone of our Hoosier communities. Not only did Legionnaires serve our country through their military service, they continue to serve through community activism in their local posts. You should all be proud of the 11,000 hours of volunteer service given to your local communities last year and the thousands of Hoosier youth who have been involved in Legion programs. The American Legion has also filed over 8,000 new veteran benefits claims in 2020 with Indiana Legion service officers. I'm sure the Veterans Service Office helped get over $380 million paid to Hoosier vets last year through free VA claims processing and advocacy. What a great accomplishment. If I can ever be of assistance, please don't hesitate to contact my office with your views on veterans and military legislation, ideas for how to improve the federal agencies you interact with, or for help with direct federal agency assistance.
Okay. All right, Josh, let's jump into the Legion race car video. So as many of you may know, the National American Legion made an announcement. They've now sponsored a IndyCar that will participate in the Indy 500. In the past, we've worked with the IMS, the Indiana Motor Speedway, on a couple different events to be ushers and hosts, those types of things. And it's always come with an incentive, money back to your post for volunteering your time, and you also get to enjoy the race. So they're going to do that again this year in the spirit of having an actual American Legion IndyCar in the race. This is the national headquarters announcement, their video.
Good morning, the American Legion, Anthony speaking. How can I help you?
Hello, hey, this is Jimmy Johnson from Chip Ganassi Racing. Your voice sounds really familiar. Do I know you from somewhere?
Jimmy Johnson, the football coach? No, we never met. How can I help you?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm here at the race shop and cannot find the 48 race car. So I'm busy calling all of our sponsors, wondering if one of you have it.
No, not here. Wrong number.
That is odd.
That was close.
seen it anywhere. Not the barber.
Dude, I even called the American Legion and they don't know where it is.
I was wondering the same thing.
Alright, let's look.
Alright.
Okay, I gotta find this race car. I have been looking everywhere for it. Oh, what is that on the cover? Looks like an Indy car, but that thing.
548 car, the American Legion is leading with Tony Kanaan, the legend. He's going to win for the second time. He's going to drink the milk across the finish line. He's going to kiss the bricks. He wins!
Seriously?
Yeah!
What in the world are you doing?
Do you like my car?
I do. I mean, this thing looks amazing, but I've been looking all over for it.
Oh, it's been here the whole time?
The whole time.
Yeah. Did you like it?
Yeah, and what was that little conversation you were having?
Oh, the legend won the race today.
The
Can you
legend.
take a picture of me? The legend.
Seriously.
Tony Kanaan, the legend.
You want to take a picture of you?
Come on, Instagram, come on. Thank you, Jimmy.
Okay, so if you're interested, this will be on the website. You can sign up. You can usher or host for a day in the stands of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and watch the race. It is a long day, a hot day. They will provide food and water, but they will incentivize money back to your post. You can support your post in doing so. There are thumb drives located in the Freedom Hall A, the headquarters office. They're American Legion thumb drives. They're loaded down with information, everything from Constitution and bylaws to membership guides, those types of things. Any kind of helpful information that you can use, you can share with your post. They're free. Go ahead and grab one. And as you do, check out the coins, the masks. We have dog tags for sale. Your polo forms are now available for the next command year. Name tags, caps, all those order forms are available so you can get in. Emblem sales is shut down, so I would recommend you order that stuff as early as possible because they're going to have a backlog this year. Finally, the department is initiating a 9/11 ride this year, as well as a motorcycle raffle. So this year is 20 years since 9/11. 20 years since 9/11. So I joined just after 9/11. When I joined the department staff, I kind of thought of myself as a younger vet. I don't feel very young anymore after 20 years since my war. So in the spirit of observance, for this 20-year mark, we will have a ride. It'll converge from the four corners of the state onto the DFAS parking lot across the street from the department headquarters in Lawrence. From there, it'll go straight down to the 9/11 Memorial downtown, where there'll be a ceremony. And afterward, there'll be meals available at Post 64. In addition, there's a motorcycle raffle. We had a bike donated by Kenny Cooper. It was a Harley Fat Boy. In our alignment, working with the Operation Combat Bike Saver folks, they're going to go ahead and remodel it and make it an American Legion themed, 9/11 themed bike. Working with the General Goodwin with the Indiana War Memorials Foundation. He secured us dust and ash from the Pentagon attack that the mechanic's going to sprinkle into the paint job of the motorcycle. So it's pretty special. We have those tickets available, and those monies raised for both of those initiatives go back to the 9/11 Memorial Expansion Project and the Department Commanders Project, the American Legion Legacy Foundation. So it's a good cause. I think Mr. Dagley is going to kind of piggyback off that a little bit with some further information. But with that, I will get out of the way, Commander. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John. Our next guest is here to speak about the Legionnaires Insurance Trust. Through this program, every Legion family member, not just Legion members, every Legion family member is entitled to free accidental death and dismemberment life insurance. All you need to do is sign up. You can sign up at www.thelit.com. Not only do they offer this service, but they donate a percentage of their proceedings back to the American Legion every year. And so far, they've donated back over $1.3 million. And we have a familiar face here this morning. I just kind of hate to let him have this mic in front of him, but please give a warm welcome to past Department Adjutant Hugh Dagley. Hugh? Oh, there he is. Thank you.
That was nice. You know, I really have mixed emotions about being up here right now. I'm a little nervous, and I never have been nervous before in standing in front of all of you. But it's been so long, and, you know, just the opportunity to annoy you again has just, you know, it really got to me. I know this is a really busy agenda, and I'm not going to take a lot of time. I just want to give you some highlights. I'm not an insurance salesman, obviously, but our leading candidate, Paul, mentioned 1945 when we had 1.8 million members, I believe. We have fewer than that. He also mentioned, I think one of the ladies who spoke, I'm sorry I don't remember her office, but mentioned that we, you know, our revenue stream is per capita. It's the payment of your dues that generates the majority of our income. But your Legionnaires Insurance Trust stands in the gap. When membership is going down, we are still receiving, as a department, a share of premiums paid for the insurance products that the LIT generates. I'll give you an example. $1 billion to Legion members has been paid in benefits since this LIT was founded. $89 million in the share of premiums has gone to participating departments. Now, the commander mentioned a number that is really kind of low. Indiana's received $3.5 million since we joined the trust in 1991. That is not chump change. Last year, the Department of Indiana received over $80,000 in share of premium. The auxiliary newly a participant received, I think, almost $10,000 in the share of premium. That number may be high, but I want to make an error high rather than low. It sounds better. All right. Basically, all I want to do is encourage you. And by the way, I am the vice chairman of the Legionnaires Insurance Trust, and I have been a trust director since 2001. So I know a little bit about what that trust is trying to accomplish. But the AD&D is a no-cost accidental death and dismemberment policy, which gives $1,000 to any policyholder, to him or her or their survivors. The interesting thing about the AD&D policy is that if you're engaged in Legion or auxiliary or SAL business official activities, that benefit goes to $5,000. So it's not an insignificant sum of money. The interesting thing is it doesn't cost you anything. All you got to do is sign up. Sign up one time, and as long as your dues are paid, you have that coverage. And we have, as the trust director, I get an awful lot of inquiries into eligibility for benefits. The LIT has been very lenient in identifying a Legion function or not. I also get a copy of all the payments or the disbursements that are made to policyholders. So I encourage you to enroll in the AD&D. Now, what does that mean? Is an insurance salesman going to show up on your front porch and ask to sit at the dining room table and sell you stuff? No, he's not. The AD&D, in all honesty, is a list builder. Your name goes in, you get the policy, the LIT has your name, and they can send you a letter offering any one of the many products that are out there, but they will never show up at your door. Never. Now, one of the points that I would like to make is that you're going to buy insurance anyway, are you not? If you're prudent at all, you're going to buy some insurance. You're going to make a premium payment. If that premium payment goes to some company other than an LIT-sponsored company, none of that money comes back to you or us unless you pay the price that you're covered against. So I encourage you to think about it. Mike Ayers is out in the hallway. are out in the display area. He's at a table. He can enroll you instantly online. The one last point I want to make is, as John mentioned, the Department of Indiana is sponsoring that fundraiser on behalf of the 9/11 Memorial expansion. I don't think John mentioned, did you, that it is expanded in order to honor those military members who lost their lives at the Pentagon. The 9/11 Memorial, as it stands right now, recognizes the Twin Towers fatalities. So the Department of Indiana's got behind this effort to expand it. And I will tell you that any one of you who are also writers and are interested in participating in that, we can enroll you in the AD&D simply by you checking a box on the or the registration form to be a writer, and then we'll take care of getting the data to the LIT. You don't even have to fill out an app. I believe that's been accomplished, John. Is that correct? Yes, sir. We are good to go with that. So, thank you for the opportunity. I don't have anybody to introduce, so I guess I'm done.
Thank you, Hugh, for everything that you and the LIT do for our Indiana Legion. Spread the word about this great program, people, and it's another wonderful benefit for the American Legion, the Auxiliary, and the SAL. Mr. Dagley and another past department adjutant, Mike Ayers, do have an LIT vendor table in the atrium. Visit them after this session concludes to learn more about this benefit and get signed up. As many of you know, President Obama declared March 29th as Vietnam War Veterans Day back in 2012. We recently saw the 10th observance of that day just a few weeks ago. And in the spirit of honoring and welcoming home our Vietnam veterans, our next presenter worked several veterans organizations to recognize the plight of the Vietnam veteran. Please join me in welcoming Indiana Department of Veterans Affairs Communications Director Joe DeVito. Joe, please take the lower stage. Is Joe here? Yep. Oh, there he is. Morning, Joe. That's maybe get that.
Is this on? Can you hear me? All right. Well, you took away the podium, so now everybody's going to see me looking at my notes to make sure I hit all my points. So thank you guys so much for having me here. On behalf of Director Weimer and the Indiana Department of Veterans Affairs, thanks for having us, and thank you for everything you do. Give you a 2-second background. My name is Joe DeVito. I am the Outreach and Communications Director for Indiana Department of Veterans Affairs. As you know, Director Weimer's been in for a few years, and he's done a lot of great things with our division, but he made 2 outstanding decisions last year. One was to create this division. It's never been here before. We've never had this before. And the second was to hire me to run it. So I figured, wow, I got a little glad standing earlier, so I'll stick with it, stick with the program. So it's been a challenge to build a division that's made to do outreach as soon as the pandemic hit. I got hired about a month before. So, but we built a great foundation and we're moving along. My background is had 9 years as a Jefferson County Veteran Service Officer. After doing that, I moved up to be the first District State Service Officer that IDVA hired when they created the 6 districts. And after 2 years of that, I was honored to take this position here. So I've had a long career pestering the heck out of John Hickey, where are you, John, and his crew at the service office in Indianapolis as a CVSO and a DSO, and they've been so incredibly helpful. And what I learned most about this job is partnerships, and partnerships are the most important thing that we can do, is support each other in partnerships. And we look forward to continuing to do that with the American Legion. One of the most important partnerships we've gotten into lately is with this amazing, wonderful woman over here, Jill Fuel. I bet none of you know who she is, but she's been working really hard on this project, and we were so honored to partner up with her and join with her over the last year on this book, Time to Honor. And this is it's a welcome home. It's the welcome home for Vietnam veterans that they never got. It's a wonderful hardcover book with 10 specific pages to Indiana in it that we worked real hard on over the last year to create. And it also has a full-length DVD movie in the back of the book. So that's what I'm here to talk to you about for my last minute. This book is available to any Vietnam-era veteran from Indiana who lives in Indiana or their surviving family members. You just go to vetsgift.com and sign up. Now, you have to go to vetsgift.com and sign up for the book. The reason we're doing that is we're being stewards of the wonderful donation money and what we did with these to make sure they go where they're supposed to go and to who they're supposed to go. And then also so I can get a hold of you in the future if something happens. To have communications with our veterans of all eras, war eras, generations, branches is very important. You all know Blue Water changed a couple years ago. As something else like that happens, I would love to have a list from this book of every Vietnam era veteran I can get a hold of right away to let them know something important that they need to know. So this is one of the reasons we're doing that. And plus we want to make sure we get the books out where they go. I'll be coming around in just a minute handing these cards out to you guys so you can all sign up and look at it. And we'll be outside in the hallway after the meeting as well to talk to you guys as our table. So vetsgift.com, it's an amazing book. The DVD is amazing. It's very emotional to watch, and it's a great gift, and we want to make sure it gets out to everybody. So whether you are a Vietnam era veteran or you know one, please spread the word. Vetsgift.com. And I'm going to hand it over to Jill Fuel and start turning these out.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Commander Leadership. We need your help because you probably want to find all those Vietnam era veterans that really aren't plugged in to your post or a member of one of the large organizations. So we're trying to find them because so many of them won't visit a post too, and we've found that it just takes a conversation to encourage them to talk to somebody about benefits because we keep adding more and more benefits all the time. So we're encouraging posts to think outside of your post and perhaps partner with one of in your community, maybe a public library, maybe a Girl Scout troop. But outside of your posts, because we need to find these, and this is the perfect tool that you can offer. It's free to the veterans, and you can start having that conversation not only about their service, because we need to, find them, thank them, and then repay them with the benefits. And, that's a great option for you for recruiting new members. So in May, we are rolling out a way to interface, and if you would like to host a Vietnam Veterans Day or a brunch or work with another organization to look outside of your post, because that's what we have to do to recruit, don't we? We have to look outside of everything. So we're thrilled about this, so give us patience as we roll this out, and we are set out here in the library. And it's real easy, so you can pull it up on your phone, vetsgift.com. It's real easy. So Joe's passing those out right now. And thank you for sharing that on your website as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Jill. You can visit both Joe and Jill at their booth, the atrium, between meetings today. And you can collect your Vietnam Veterans Memorial Book and learn more about how you can support our Gold Star mothers.
Right. Well, I'm going to talk about that right now. If I
You
can.
are?
Yes, if you'll allow me.
Talk fast.
Real fast. So we're excited we broke ground on Wednesday, and it's our location for the Indiana Gold Star Families Memorial Monument is right next to the National American Legion headquarters building. So our address is 760 North Pennsylvania. And so you'll be seeing this come up, and we are actually having a dedication May 1st at 1:30 p.m. We've got information about this, but it's part of the Herschel Woody Williams Medal of Honor Foundation, and Joe's going to be helping me pass these out, but we're about 21,000 shy on our our fundraising goal. We got a loan to get to the point where we're at. But I do want to draw your attention to, I think you'll be thrilled that we addressed some of the original Indiana Department concerns about what this memorial represents. So the face of it says, Gold Star Families Memorial Monument, a tribute to those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice and those they left behind. So it is a striking silhouette cutout. As you see, the cutout represents the void, that service member that we no longer have with us. And so families across Indiana who lost a loved one during any war can come and remember their loved one at this memorial. So we'd love to see you. We'd love some more support. I just got a check from Post 479. Thank you. Mooresville Post 103 and their riders sent a check as well. So we're almost there, and we'd love to see you out there May 1st for the dedication. We did send out 1,400 invitations to Gold Star families across Indiana. So please support these families, and thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you again, Jill.
This is a reminder of the memorial. It's our commemorative coin.
Well, thank you very much.
I will say, National, if I can, do you like it? Okay, thank you. National did donate $10,000, so they will be recognized on a bronze plaque. And so the incoming National Commander, I have Woody's personal challenge coin for you. Oh, Woody will be there May 1st. He's the last World War II Medal of Honor recipient. I know. Where's the hook? Where's the hook?
Thank you, Jill. Thank you again, Jill. I'm really looking forward to the next portion of presentations this morning. As you all know, or should know, my project this year is the American Legion Legacy Foundation. You know, as the membership declined in the past couple of decades, it's time for us to take an honest look at the future of our organization, and that's what we've done. You know, membership dues has traditionally been the main contributor of our annual operating budget. What this foundation was built to perpetuate are the aims and purposes of our organization, regardless of losses in membership revenue. The goal is to never shrink the footprint of our cause, to continue to support the life-changing aid and support for our veterans and their families long after we are gone. Our next presentation is to one of our biggest supporters of the Legacy Foundation and a true supporter of veterans. Indiana Funeral Care has been a tried and true partner of the American Legion Department of Indiana. They understand the nuances of dealing with families of veterans looking to provide an honorable and cost-effective final arrangement. When our staff receives a call from a grieving family of a veteran's suicide, they know they can confidently refer them to our friends at Indiana Funeral Care. At this time, I ask IFC CEO David Ring to join me on the lower stage for the purpose of a presentation and to deliver some short remarks. This is a certificate of appreciation to the Indiana Funeral Care in recognition of the sincere appreciation of your contribution to the American Legion Legacy Foundation.
Thank you so much, Commander.
And, I guess we gotta get the photo out there. And the microphone's used for remarks.
Good morning. We're highly honored to receive this. Thank you. I'm David Ring, the owner of Indiana Funeral Care. This is Sarah Thompson, Funeral Director and General Manager of Indiana Funeral Care. Melissa Dawson, Assistant Manager, and Aaron Melvin, our Care Center Manager in the back. We have been highly honored to be the only funeral home in the state of Indiana to be endorsed by the American Legion Department of Indiana now for over 15 years. We've been in business for 20 years, and we've had the honor of serving a lot of families. The Department of Indiana recognized, and we appreciate that so much, that there is a huge discrepancy in prices among funeral homes. You can pay thousands of dollars more at most of the traditional funeral homes than you really need to pay for funeral and cremation services. We provide those services in your American Legion post in your hometown, or in your church in your hometown, visitation and service, whatever you decide that you prefer. And we work hard to advocate on your behalf for the veterans' benefits that you and your family deserve at that difficult time. I'd like to thank you again so much for your confidence, to the Department of Indiana, to all of you, and to the auxiliary, which has now blessed us with their endorsement. Thank you very much.
Thank you, David. Sarah. Now, in the spirit of supporting our youth, we have several bright Hoosier students with us today. You know, it's been an extraordinarily difficult year in terms of programs, given the restrictions due to this pandemic. Schools have been extremely difficult to get into, and but we've worked hard and doing what we could, and we're going to feel the effects of this past year's shutdown for many years. Many students did not have access to vital patriotic education and scholarships, so we need to double our efforts to get back into those schools as soon as possible. Our Legionnaires have worked tirelessly in the face of all this adversity to provide these needed opportunities to our children and youth. So I'm pleased at this time to call on our Children and Youth Commission Chairman, Bob Oath. Bob, please take the lectern.
And here they asked me to speak fast. President Nicole and candidate Paul, it brings a great pleasure for me to show you some of our Indiana State winners here this morning. And thank you, Commander. As your year's Children and Youth Commission Chairman, I can tell you it's been a struggle to operate in the new era of normalcy. However, given the adversity of providing scholarship-based programs to the youth during the global pandemic, I am pleased with the work of our children and youth committees. I am always impressed with the quality of our winners. I also want to congratulate all the members of our team who worked so hard this year to promote these winners from among our state schools. It is indeed a pleasure to be here today to honor these students for their achievement. At this time, I would like to call on Flag Education Committee Chair Thomas Frederick from Franklin R. Free Post 467 in the 4th District to join the commander on the lower stage to present the Flag Education Test Awards to the participants of this year's program. Tom? The next two students are the 4th grade Flag Essay Contest winners. Every year from across the state, students get a better understanding of our nation's flag thanks to our wonderful volunteers who visit the schools and work with the teachers and the administrators to promote this program. As I call your names, please join the commander on the lower stage to receive your award and recite your winning flag essay. Each of these students will receive a $1,000 scholarship award and will read their essays right here on this stage. The first student I will introduce is Kenlee Elkins, who attends Southeast Fontaine School Corporation in Petersburg and is sponsored by Charles Forrest Post 288 out of the 6th District.
The flag of the United States is a symbol to the world of our country's independence and of our individual liberty and of our unity as a nation. The American flag means many things to me. It symbolizes pride, joy, strength, and ability. These all come from the flag of the great country we live in. The flag symbolizes pride, the pride of our country, ourselves, and pride of the flag of America. We have 3 different versions of our country's first flag. They are Beddington, the Stars and Stripes, and the Betsy Ross flag. The 3 different flags we fought were the Pine Tree flag, the Gadsden flag, and the Continental colors. Why do countries have flags? Flags show that we belong to a community, organization, or nation that we share beliefs, goals, rules, and regulations. Flags are national symbols. Every country has a Pacific flag as their symbol. Francis Scott Key still saw the flag flying at dawn. He knew our country was still free. This inspired him to write the Star-Spangled Banner, which became our national anthem, which we do the Star-Spangled Banner every day before school starts. We have so many freedoms. Here are some of the freedoms we have in the United States. We have the freedom of assembly, the freedom of worship, and the freedom of movement. These are not all of our freedoms. We have many more. The flag has been used to display our nationalism as well as our rebellion, and everything else in between. The flag is so important that its history tells the story of America itself. It represents the freedom, dignity, and true meaning of being an American. The stripes represent the original 13 colonies, and the stars represent the 50 states of the Union. The colors of the flag are symbolic as well. Red symbolizes hardness and valor. The white symbolizes purity and innocence. Blue represents balance, perseverance, and justice. When you see the flag, you should stand at attention with your right hand over your heart. People in uniform salute the flag. We should also show the same respect when our national anthem is played. The best way to respect the flag is to display it every day. This unity is not an accident. It's something we should not take granted for. Each of us has a duty to help preserve our country's unity and freedom.
Thank you very much.
Outstanding job, Kinley. Congratulations. And I can say she could never go to Texas because she speaks too fast. Right, Plum? Our next student I will introduce is Aiden Kennedy, who attends St. Pius in Indianapolis and was sponsored by Robert E. Kennington Post 34 out of the 11th District. Unfortunately, Aiden could not be here with us this morning. Would a member of the 11th District come forward to receive this award on Aiden's behalf? Please, somebody. Here. Usually when Kenny Cooper comes, he brings money. Both of you, get up here. And again, congratulations, Kenley and Aiden, and thank you, Chairman Frederick, for all your and your committee's hard work. Our junior shooting sports competition was held at Victory Post 70 in the 10th District last month. I would like to call our junior shooting sports chairwoman, Ida Mae Jewell, to the lower platform with Commander Conley. Ida Mae? She maybe not made it. Jerry's going to come and fill in for Ida Mae. Under Ida Mae's leadership, the junior shooting sports has evolved into becoming a robust in categories of competition. Our shooters competed in two categories, shooters group and precision group. These two categories were judged under two areas, the shooters under postal state champions and the coaches under postal team champions. And finally, of these two categories, an overall department champion is selected. I will announce the winners as explained. When I announce your name, please step forward to the lower stage for a photo op. Please hold your applause until all the winners are on stage. In the category of sporter group, our postal state champion is Richard Block, sponsored by Leor Wear Post 173 in the 9th District. Our winner in the sporters group, our postal team category, is the state champion coach, Steve Shogans, also from Leroy Wear Post 173 in the 9th District. Is Steve here present this morning? Richard, I think they want everybody to stay on stage and for one big group picture when it's over with. Is that right? Yep.
He butchered my name, but it's okay.
And I can tell you, I got a dull knife. Coaches, this time, if you would like to say a few words, you are welcome to do so. Step up here to the mic.
Like to say a few words?
My name was read, and the reason is my name's in all the paperwork. I do not do this alone. I got my other coach down here. I'd like to introduce him. His name's Jerry Hewitt. I might be the face, but Jerry's the brains, and then Frank Braley over there is the heart. So I need to recognize those two guys too.
Thank you, Steve and Richard, but remain on the stage for a final photo once all the winners have been announced. In the category of precision group, our postal state champion is Elis Hunt, sponsored by Adams Post 43 in the 4th District. Our winner in the sporters group, our postal team category, is state champion coach Andrew Whirling, also from Adams Post 43 in the 4th District. Coach Whirling, if you'd like to say a few words, you can step to the microphone and do so, please.
My name is Andrew Whirling, representing the Belmont High School Rifle Team, as affiliated with Post 43 out of Adams County, and we have been affiliated with them since long before I started shooting. I started going down to the American Legion matches in Greenfield in 2002. And we have been proud to represent the American Legion not only on the state level, but now on the national level, making it there as well. So we appreciate everything you do for youth and youth shooting sports and just everything in general. Thank you very much.
And again, Andrew, would you remain here on stage, please? Our junior shooting sports overall state champion is Trenton Franklin, sponsored by Lara Ware Post 173 in the 9th District. Let's give all of our junior shooting sports shooters, coaches, and volunteers a big hand. And being so tech savvy, I had that marked on my phone when that competition state championship was going to be, and I ended up there telling on myself a day late. Moving on to our oratorical competition. It took place at the national headquarters early last month. We will take a moment to recognize them for their achievements. I would now like to call our oratorical committee chairman, Jim Garvoval, join the commander at the lower stage. Jim? As I call your names, please join the commander on the lower stage to accept your award. When I announce your name, please step forward to the lower stage for a photo op. Again, please hold your applause until all the winners are on the stage. Our runner-up, Haley Bach of Eagle Creek Academy, Indianapolis, sponsored by Broad Ripple Post 3 in the 11th District. She earned $1,800 in scholarship. Haley's not here. Our other runner-up was Benjamin Headley of Blue River Ridge Academy in Arlington, Indiana, sponsored by New Palestine Post 182 in the 10th District. He also earned $1,800 in scholarship. Benjamin could not be here with us this morning, would have represented from the 10th District. Oh, there he is. I didn't write the script, man. Our 2021 department oratorical champion, Harris Collins of William Henry Harrison High School, sponsored by Westminster Retirement Village Post 38 in the 2nd District, earning a scholarship worth $4,200. Mr. Collins, please join the commander and others on the lower stage. And I plead all you Legionnaires, Auxiliary, and SAL, if you have never attended a state competition, you're missing out on something, because these young people are outstanding, and the amount of time it would go into to studying up on all this has got to be way more than I could ever do. So I invite you. Thank you. Let's please give them all a great big hand. Sure. Mr. Collins would like to say a few words.
Hello, everybody. My name is Harris Collins, and I'm from Lafayette, Indiana. This past couple years and in my general high school experience, I discovered an incredible love of public speaking, but at my school in Lafayette, Indiana, we did not have many opportunities to participate. We have no speech team, we have no debate team, and so this American Legion competition has been one of my very few opportunities to pursue that love. And so I want to thank everybody who's helped me along the way, my parents, my mom and dad who are sitting over there, and my coach Clay Albertson and everyone at Post 38 in West Lafayette, Indiana. This has truly been the opportunity of a lifetime, and I'm very thankful to everyone who has made it possible. Thank you very much.
Now let's give them all a big hand.
I want to say a few words. The students were outstanding. I also want to thank our volunteers with the auxiliary and the Sons that will also help out with the competition on all 3 levels of district, zone, and department. So thank you all for participating and assisting this great program. Thank you.
While they're doing that, I will proceed on. I am honored to have the privilege to help promote these young men and women that we recognize this morning. They are truly dedicated to gaining the knowledge of the principles of our nation and government and making our communities a better place to live. Thank you all for your participation and efforts on behalf of the whole Children and Youth Commission. Our Legion program changes lives for our nation's future. Congratulations once again, everyone, on your awards. We wish you all a great success in your future. Thank you, Commander.
Thank you, Bob. Please let all the members of the Children and Youth Commission who couldn't be here today know how much we appreciate their work. And to each of the recipients today, congratulations. Let's give them one more round of applause. We're doing really good here. At this point, we will begin to wrap up our proceedings here. Adjutant Crosby, do you have any final announcements?
Take the lower stage. We'll call for presentations. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Commander. And I can't believe it. We might get out of here close to on time. I don't have any further announcements, Commander, but if you would please take the lower stage. And if anybody has any presentations they would like to give, now would be the time. Go ahead and line up. Stage right, your left. Please, when you come across the stage, announce your name, the post, what you're donating to, and how much for record.
I'm Paul Rush, 4th District Commander, and every year we do 3 fundraisers, and one of them is for the Legacy Fund. And it's for both commanders, but this check is for you. It is for $1,500 for the Legacy Fund.
Well, thank you very much. Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah, this is a big one. I'm 4th District Commander Gary Parker. I had an idea that the district commanders would make a presentation to the Legacy Fund. Some of us put money in, and we ended up with $800 for the Legacy Fund. Thank There you go, Twitter.
Just lay it right up there. Thank you.
Thank you, Commander Parker.
Sir?
Yes, sir.
On behalf of Waynedale Post 241, I have 3 checks to provide. One for the Legacy Fund for $2,000. One for the Leading Candidates Program, the 9/11 Project, for another $2,000. And finally, a check for Operation Comfort Warrior for a check for another $2,000, and that's all from our charity gaming, sir.
That's outstanding. Thank you very much.
Rocky Bay Post 463. I have 2 checks for CODA, one for $100, one for $105 from our charity gaming fund.
Thank you very much.
Commander, I'm Perry Schlimmer. I'm the writers
Yeah,
director
there you
at 200.
Yeah.
That's $1,000 for OCW.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you, sir.
Hello, Ron.
Commander, how are you?
I'm good.
Ron Barley, Post 200. Commander, we have $500 for your project.
Thank you.
$500 for IVETS.
Thank you.
And $500 for OCW, Post 200.
Tremendous.
Thank
you very much. Good morning, Jack.
Hi, good morning, Commander. I'd like to present you with my personal check for $500 to the Legacy Fund, bringing me to a total of $1,000 in the Legacy Fund.
That's outstanding. Thank you. Morning, Commander.
Morning, Commander. I'm Commander Lonnie Boyce from the 7th District. On behalf of the post in the 7th District, I'd like to present $700 to your project and another $1,100 to the Indiana Veterans Home.
Very good. Thank you very much. Yes, Kenny.
I'm Kenny Cooper from Wayne Post 64. We have 2 donations. The good news is we have them. The bad news is they're upstairs. So I will give them to you after a little bit later. Number one, we have a $10,000 we're donating to the Legacy Ride for National, and we have a $10,000 check for Operation Comfort Warriors.
Back again, Jim.
I have a check for $250 from SAL Squadron 180 in Highland, Indiana.
Thank you very much. That's the Legacy Foundation.
Legacy
Great.
Foundation.
Great.
Thank you.
Commander, how are you?
I'm Richard Dunbar, Commander Post 18 in Bloomington. I have a check here that should have been handled last November. It got misplaced or lost in the mail, but it's a $100 donation to the Legacy Fund in memory of Doc Pfeiffer, Mike Pfeiffer's father.
Oh.
All right, Commander. Well, I think it's 10:30 on the dot. That gives us a grand total this morning of $43,405 raised, Commander.
All right. Thank you all for your generous donations, more than generous. I want to thank each and every one of you for attending this joint spring conference, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all at our spring celebration this evening in Liberty Hall. And right here in this room, is it in this room, or is it?
I believe it's in Liberty Hall, Commander.
Yeah, that's what I think too. But you know, there's a short walk between here and Liberty Hall, so you're going to find a party. Begins at 8 p.m. I want to thank all our VIPs, our guests who've traveled from across the country to join us. It's the first time we've been able to come together for 15 months, so this is really special. I'd like to thank John and the staff for the outstanding job they did of scripting this conference, general session. We're just right on track. Great job, John.
Thank you, sir.
Now please stand as I call on Southern Vice Commanders Steve Barnett and Bill Parks to retrieve and fold the POW-MIA flag. Please remain standing as the Auxiliary President, Chaplain Cheryl Treat, delivers the benediction. You come on up here, Cheryl.
Please join me in the spirit of your faith. Dear God, thank you for uniting us as a Legion family and giving us the opportunity to fellowship. Gracious Father, thank you for making this day successful. As we depart, Lord, keep us mindful that we are still together in spirit and in purpose. Though we may differ among ourselves, help us to demonstrate our unity about that which is most important to our Legion family. To this end, help us commit our energy and talents. Dismiss us now with your blessing. Amen.
Thank you, Cheryl. With the colors of our nation in place, please join me in a salute. Two. The meeting is adjourned. Please proceed to your committee meetings as scheduled.